Hey, what's up guys? Matt the Greeter here. I come in with my intro too early sometimes and it gets cut off. But listen, here's something I'm not going to do today. I'm not going to complain about gas prices. Why bother? Everybody else is complaining for me. I don't have to. But nice, taking the burden away. You know, my buddy said the other day, guy I play some music with, a very gifted Harley Davidson mechanic, was saying that he's not even thinking about it. He drives a big Duramax diesel with dualies. And you know, the miles per gallon aren't spectacular, but he's decided not to worry about it. He's gonna drive anyway, right? And I'm certainly gonna ride this motorcycle anyway, and so why worry? Everybody else is doing enough worrying, you know? I'm gonna try anyway. I think it's a blessing to have a smaller vehicle. And sometimes how do I put this? How do I word it? Sometimes I invest myself beyond my means or my capability. So I'm thinking, we pulled in the other day, took my kids to a little children's museum somewhere. Super expensive. We won't do that again without a pass. Lesson learned. But we parked next to you know, pickup truck at the massive tires, and he's not hauling a load, but he's got the mirrors that stick, you know, 14 feet out on either side, because, you know, he's got to show everybody and whatever. And the thing was, it was absolutely massive. It hung over the parking spot lines in both directions. It was almost embarrassingly big, which you see around a lot, depending where you live, you know. And so you're in a public parking lot, not a lot of spaces, and congratulations, you know, you just squeezed, you know, some kid out of a parking spot who's going to go to the museum. So anyway, I don't feel bad about gas prices at all when I look at a vehicle like that somebody's driving. It's a choice, and you're using an awful lot of gas, but the thing probably cost megabucks anyway, so you could probably afford the gas. So stop complaining, you know. You know what I mean? I don't feel bad, but what I'm talking about with over investing for myself is like when I first started playing bass. First of all, I didn't know I was going to be a bass player. I was playing music. I was probably in my early 20s, playing music with some friends who were wildly gifted guitarists. You know, 2 or 3 different guys who were, you know, spectacular. I mean, professional quality guitar players. My world didn't need another guitar player. Now I can strum a guitar, you know, or do whatever, that's fine, but we were thinking about recording some stuff just for fun, but we didn't have a bass. So I was like, I got my tax money or something, I'll pick up a cheapo just to kind of help out with recording. Well, what happened was, as you probably know already, so I won't get into big details, but as soon as I picked up the bass, the electric bass, I knew this is what I should have been playing all along. It just was such a, I felt, I don't know. I can't think of when you're suddenly in your element, you know, a fish suddenly in water after being out flopping on the deck a while, finally in the water and just feels at home, that kind of thing. So when I picked up the bass anyway, I just had that feeling of this, I was meant to play this thing. It's what a gift that is. There's a really funny meme. I mean, a million of them. I mean, bass players catch a bad rap sometimes, but it's like, how did the meme go? Oh, it's a girl, and she's like looking at her bass, and she's like, yeah, man, like bass chose me, you know, bass chose me. And then she's like, and you know, also I've got 2 really good guitarists in the band already, so you know, you get the point. But anyway, where I kind of over invested was a few years later, after picking up the bass, Carvin guitars, now they're Carvin and Kiesel, but Carvin at the time was having an anniversary sale of some sort, so everything was on sale, and every additional fit and finish item was on sale as well. So being a John Mayung fan at the time, I'm not sure if I had seen Oteil Burbridge yet, but I was certainly a John Mayung of Dream Theater fan. I went for the 6-string bass, so I got an electric 6-string bass. So massive neck, really long scale. So when you're tuning it, if you're 5 feet 8 inches like me, you know, you're stretching out your arms at a full stretch to get to the tuning pegs. Massive instrument, beautiful Carvin products and Kiesel products. The fit and finish are really spectacular. And so I went for the 6-string bass because I could afford it because of the sales and all that various stuff. I was definitely in over my head. I first pulled it out of the case. I opened the case, and you know, every guitar case has a unique smell to it, you know? And I opened it up and got that brand new aroma, and immediately was intimidated by what I had just bought. I was looking into that case, and I was almost afraid to pick it up. And then I picked it up, and I was afraid to plug it in. Like, I can't play this thing. I cannot play it. It was super intimidating, and I thought I had made a terrible mistake, because it was quite an investment for me. And you know, you fast forward down the road, and you know, sit back when I had cable and watch all the Celtics games. You just sit with the Celtics game and have the bass in my lap and noodle away and get comfortable with it. And I ended up, you know, it's one of my favorite instruments. And although I play the 4-string every weekend in church, and I'll take the 4-string to the Southern Rock Jam that I am a part of, the 6-string it has my heart at home, because I do a lot of writing on it. I do a lot of discovery on that thing. It's been, fast forward to now, it's been a worthwhile investment. So, but for a time there, I had over invested, and a similar thing happened to this motorcycle. I originally went to the motorcycle dealership looking for a Sportster, and actually there was a Nightster there that had the real nice. This was before everybody was like rattle canning everything black on everything they drive and own. So it was pretty unique. This Nightster, real dark. And I think it might have had like an orange stripe or something. It might have just been all dark, but it was beautiful. This Sportster. And as we were pulling in, my friend took me over. As we were pulling in, somebody rode away on it. And I was like, let that be a test ride. But nope, he had just bought it and left the parking lot with it. No Nightster for Matt the Greeter. So I was pretty bummed out. And anyway, long story short, we spent a couple hours there going around. I was sitting on different bikes, and I was looking at the Sportsters because that's what I thought I could afford, and that's what I thought. I love the look of the peanut tank. And my friend Al, God bless him, said, hey, do you realize you sat on that lowrider like more than any other bike here by a long shot? And I was like, yeah, I guess maybe I have. And he's like, you think that's telling you something? And he kind of knew where my mindset was. He's like, you're going to get sick of a Sportster in 2 weeks. You know, because he was envisioning me taking it out on the highway and blasting it, and just, you know, needing a bigger gas tank and a burlier frame or whatever. And so I ended up picking up this Dyna, a lowrider. And man, I'll tell you, I was afraid to ride it, because the only other motorcycle I'd ever ridden was the Honda 250. What is it, Nighthawks? At the MSF training course. That was 2 days on a 250cc Nighthawk, and I was going home to a 1585cc 100-pound heavier, lowrider on the Dyna chassis, and holy cow, I was afraid. I was, again, and not for the last time, I was afraid I overinvested. I was afraid of what I had bought, and afraid to get on it, and afraid to ride it, and it really, I had to say a lot of Silenzio Bruno getting on that thing, and practicing learning it before I get it out onto the big streets, because I was really intimidated. I hadn't yet learned from Rich Brown how to control my breathing properly, even in stressful situations. I hadn't yet seen Luca and learned to Silenzio Bruno, so I was just gripping and grinning and dropping it, and being super intimidated. But I'll tell you, just like with the 6-string bass, when I finally got out with confidence on this thing, I was so happy, and I knew, like, man, as terrified as I was initially, I made the right choice, and so I don't know what decisions you guys have right now, because it's certainly, I'm not even going to perseverate on them, because I'm fairly positive right now. I don't want to throw a pone, what is that? Throw a stone in the pool of my serenity. Ugh. We'll let the roads here do that. But I don't know what your big worries are right now, but I would say, if you're considering an investment, whether it's a financial investment, a social investment, an emotional investment, you got your gut instincts for a reason, but you also have friends like my dear friend Al, who is a sounding board, and with his perspective in instances like that, knows me better than I know me, and was able to give me that nudge. So even though it was neck and neck, it was 49-51. What's up, dude? He helped nudge me to the right choice, and I've been riding this motorcycle ever since. It's been my only motorcycle, and so it's been a worthwhile investment. So whatever it is, that's getting you down and worrying you about pulling the trigger on something, just think about that instinct, because it's in you for a reason. But also make sure you're bouncing it off somebody whom you trust and who knows you well. And if they tell you, if they feel a little leery about something, you take that into heart. And if you still feel like you're pulling the trigger, like, I just feel like it's the right thing, well, then you've had the sounding board and you've made a choice, and it may be the right choice, and if they say, yeah, man, go for it, but you still kind of feel leery, then I don't know, maybe go back to the drawing board on that one. Anyhow, I'm not sure I talked about anything today, but that's cool, whatever. It's been nice riding along with you. Anyway, any of my new subscribers, I say welcome. And listen, if there's anything you want to hear me spiel about, or talk about, or ramble on about, a great bass line in Ramble On, by the way, very satisfying to play, just drop a comment. I'd love to talk about something that you're interested in. And in the meantime, keep it positive. And if you can't be positive, just pretend. And you might end up tricking yourself into being positive. So I care about you guys, and I will check in with you soon, okay? All right. Bye.